So I want you all to access the GitHub repository which I have sent, all right, so that you all can go through this at the very same time. Okay. So this is what we went through. This was done in the last session, a basic introduction of front end, how it goes, what is Git and GitHub, and then setting up these devices. All right. So I hope most of you who are attending this session for the second time, you all have actually done this. All right. So now today we'll be moving on to the second session, which is basically we'll be coding our portfolio website and building a structure using HTML and CSS. And this is the documentation which I want you all to go through. I'll forward this again in the chat box. All right. So please click on this link and just go through this. This is basically what we are going to do today. All right. This is the boiler template code of HTML. This is the basic layout of CSS. And then we'll be creating our first GitHub repository and then uploading after coding the structure of the website. And then we'll also be downloading the repository, what we have already in the MTC's GitHub account. And then we'll be installing some, some extensions into the VS Code. All right. So now let us download the zip file first. All right. So okay, so this is the zip file I'm talking about. All right. I want you all to go to the session 2 branch. All right. And from here, you can see all these files. All right. And I want you all to go to this green button and click on download zip from here. All right. Just do it quickly with me. So go to the green button from here, like this main page, select session 2 as your branch, and then go over here into the code button and then download the zip. All right. So we'll be downloading it. Just remember where it is saving. All right. So just save this. In this session, we'll be basically doing through, download, drag and drop using GitHub in a very layman manner. In the upcoming session, we'll be using Git commands so that it becomes much more smoother. So now let us go to our downloads section. We have a zip file over here. All right. So now we are supposed to, unzip this file so that we can open it in our VS Code. All right. So now extract all. In case of doubt, please do stop me, all right? I'm here to help you all out. So, yeah. So just, right click and extract all. Just extract it in the very same folder. Fine. Then you can see everything over here, all right? And we have session 2. So today we'll be working on session 2. And these files are basically done in React and JavaScript. So we'll be doing this in session 3. All right. Now let us open our VS Code. Okay. Till now, are you guys able to follow or is anyone lagging behind? Can I just have like a few yes or no's in the chat box? Are you guys able to follow? Guys, hello. If you guys are missing out, I'll just... Okay, someone has raised hand. Guys, if you are able to follow, just let me know, please. All right. So I guess it's clear for everyone. Now, so now we'll be open our VS Code. Okay. So from here, okay, this you can also do it from search as well, but it's okay. It's pinned over here. So go to new window. Okay, click on this. Okay. Now after getting a new window, click on file and from here open folder. Okay. Now wherever your file is saved, click on that. Okay. Then select folder and voila, you have your codes in the VS Code. All right. So today we'll be working on index.html and style.css and few components of Tailwind CSS. Okay. So before moving on to that, I just want you all to like brief out about a PPT as well, which is there regarding the same session. Just a second. Okay, so session two. Okay, no, not session two. I just want you all to go to docs from here, from GitHub, and then you can see this PPT as well. Okay, it's in PDF format. So you all can view this as well. It's loading right now. So, anyways, like it will take some time. So let us go ahead with this. Okay. Now I want you all to install few extensions.
Asta, can you check the chat?
Uh, just a second. Okay. Can you slow down a bit so we can? Okay. So Shifali, and which step are you stuck? I'll help you out. Let me know. You can unmute your mic if you want to.
I can follow now, yeah. Can you just
Uh,
like when you give instructions, just wait for 2 seconds so we can also do
okay,
this.
okay, okay, okay. I'll follow. So are you able to follow now, or shall
Yes,
I wait?
yes, yes.
Okay, so fine. Okay, so now moving on, can I move on to the next portion, Shefali?
Yes.
Okay, so now just in your VS Code, just open this portion. Okay, this is basically GitHub and this is the extensions. All right, so click on this and then just type VS Code PDF. Okay, you will get the first, the first extension. Click on it. Okay, now, as I have already installed this, it looks like this, okay? So over here, you guys will get a blue button which says install. Just click on it, all right? It will be installed within few seconds. Guys, done? Please do write yes or no in the chat so that no one stays behind. Okay. So now after this extension, we have one more extension which is live preview. All right. So yeah, this one again, the first one. Again, same thing. You guys will have a blue button. Click on the install button. All right.
Please check the chat, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you explain again? Okay. So Roshni, in which step are you stuck?
I was not able how to understand how you got that like how to download the extension. How did you get that part?
You mean the zip file?
Yeah, see, actually, what I have understood how to like open the extension and the extract part. After that, I was a little lost.
Okay. So after. Okay. So were you able to download the extension which I showed, VS Code PDF?
No, I don't think I did that. I was able to like extract the file and everything. I downloaded that. I extracted the file. After that, I was a little confused.
Okay. Okay. I'll repeat again. All right. I guess I'm going a bit fast, so I'll just repeat again. Guys, please do make use of chat so that I can help you guys out. All right. So over here we have a PDF. Okay. So in order to read this, okay, now if you want to go through this, you can't go through this normally. You need an extension, all right, in order to view this. So just go to this portion. Can you see this? This is GitHub. This one. This is extensions. All right. Click on it. Okay. And after clicking on it, click on VS Code PDF. Okay. Then you can see the topmost. Just a second. I'll just type it properly. Okay. So this one. Okay. You can see VS Code PDF. I'll repeat again. In your left pane, one, two, three, four, five. The fifth option is extensions. All right. Click on it. After that, there will be a search bar which will appear. Type VS Code PDF. Click on it. Okay. After clicking on it, you will find an install button, okay? Over here, it is not visible because I have already installed it. Alright? So, Roshni, were you able to follow? And Arna as well.
Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying it out.
Okay, yeah, take your time. Okay, are you done?
Actually, so I understood what you did, but like when I went to the extension and like I typed in the VS Code PDF, I'm not getting that option that you had shown earlier.
Okay, so there is this link in the chat box if you could see. Just try to access those, alright? These two are the ones. One is live preview, and the second one is VS Code PDF. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I taught you how to download the VS Code PDF, right?
Yeah, VS Code PDF, and then you just have to install it.
Okay.
And this one.
Okay, yeah, now I got it. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I guess remaining people, you guys are going with the speed. So after that, okay, now as we are done with these things, now we are ready to go. Okay, so now minimize this portion and go to your desktop screen. All right, now we'll be creating a new folder. Okay, for example, let us name this Webtember session 2. Okay, have you guys created the folder? Just quickly acknowledge in the chat section. Okay, remaining people, are you guys able to follow? Seems like you guys have made a new folder. Okay. Now again, we'll be doing right click on VS Code and then again new window. Alright. And now again file, open folder, and then the most recent folder. Okay, we did it in desktop. Okay. So you can see like this is the one. So select this folder. Alright. Now we are supposed to create two files over here, same as done over here. Alright, just follow this portion of session 2. Alright, just a second. Yeah, just this portion. Okay, so we are supposed to create an index.html file and style.css file. Okay, are you guys able to follow the step? Okay, you guys are able to follow it. Okay,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so I have understood. I made the new code and everything, but like, how do we get the VS Code option?
VS Code. That's what we did in the first session. You have to install it.
Okay, that what I have installed actually, and I have
Mhm.
created a photo, and after that it was showing about the VS Code.
Okay, so aren't you able to open VS Code?
No, not really. You have open like entirely new page in VS Code, right? I
Yeah,
can get
yeah,
it.
yeah. I opened a new and okay, I'll show that step again.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, go back over here. You can see one of them is already opened from the zip file we accessed. Okay, from the GitHub we downloaded a zip file and then extracted it. Remember? Now
Yeah.
we are going to create another folder wherein this will be the folder where we will be working. Okay, we'll be coding it. All right. So I hope you all have opened this folder because this is going to be really very important one for us. Okay. So now over here, go over here. Okay. Now click new window. All right. This opens a new window. Got it, Roshni?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Now, after that, guys, go to File section. You see a top bar over here. Click on File. All right. Now, open folder. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth option from top. Open folder. All right. Now, as I have, created the new folder over desktop, I am going to check it over desktop. Now, wherever you guys have created the folder, just make sure you access the right folder. All right. So now I'll just simply click on it and then select folder. Done. Are you guys able to follow?
It's kind of scary.
Okay. So now going to the next portion. All right. Now we are supposed to create a file. All right. We will be working on two files. First is style.css and then index.html. So this is how you create a new folder and this is how you create a new file. This can be done through terminal as well. All right. This can be done through here by using new directories, like creating new directory index.html, but we don't want to run too fast, so we'll be using very simple technique of just using this. Can you all see this new file? Click on it. Okay, now type index.html. All right, file generated. Now click again on this. Make sure this should be drop down, like this is a drop down thing. Okay, make sure ye niche hona chahiye. Okay, now click on new file. All right, now we are going to use style.css. Sorry, my bad. All right, I guess you guys are able to follow. Done with this step. Guys, are you able to follow?
You can just raise your hand or give a thumbs up. You don't have to text anything to show that, you know, you are following along.
Yes, guys, just so that I don't miss out on anyone. All right, please repeat the step. Okay, apparently people who are like missing out, see, we have time till 7 o'clock. All right, so if you guys aren't able to maintain the speed, I would request you all to watch the video recording or like go through the document which has been shared already. And also, Sriniketan is actually putting some text in order to help you guys. Please go through that. All right. So now we'll be first, okay, we have index.html and then we have CSS. Okay. Now you all must be wondering what is this, all right? That we don't know this, all right? We don't know CSS, HTML, what is this, okay? Few of you might have done HTML in your 7th and 8th grade, but I'm very sure like now you guys will learn a new version of it by integrating it with CSS and Tailwind CSS. Now basically these are like very important portion of like front end. In the next session you will be learning it like using it through React.js. Okay, basically all these three things will be embedded in React.js syntaxes. All right. So first thing, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay. So basically, its job is to like create and structure the web pages. All right, and like web applications. All right, basically it will have like very bland text and like something really very basic. Now we'll be moving on to CSS. CSS stands for cascading style sheets. It is basically for styling your page, like formatting, adding colors and spacing. But like in the next session you will be learning how to add better UI and UX components. Now what is UI is basically user interface and UX is user experience. All right, so that the website looks really high end. All right, now this is basically embedded in between the HTML syntaxes. Okay, so this is known as a boiler template code. All right, and Tailwind is nothing. It is basically just a simple framework of CSS. It works on like the basic principles of CSS only, but it speeds up the UI development. That's all. Like that's all. It is same thing, but again, helps you to design better. So now, coming on to the next portion, this is known as boiler template code. Again, HTML is for structuring, okay? So for structuring it, we need this portion, okay? All the code or any tag or entity, attribute, whatever we are making use of, it will be all under this body tag, all right? Body tag is where we basically work. All right, a few of you might be knowing this because of 7th and 8th grade stuff, but again, okay, so now how do you do this? Okay, so click on shift, then click on 1, okay, and then click on enter. All right, or else you guys can do tab as well. Okay, either of them is fine. What are you supposed to do? Just let me repeat. Just click on shift plus 1, which will give you this exclamation mark, and then click on enter, enter or tab. All right, are you guys able to follow? I guess you guys are able to follow. All right. Okay, so were you guys able to create this boiler template code, because this is really important? All right, just a simple shift button, click on 1 and then enter or tab. Either of these keys will work. All right, are you guys able to follow? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. No, no.
Anyways, I think you guys are able to follow. Okay, now for this portion, let us make some changes over here. We are going to name this as portfolio. Alright, and then we'll be going on to like a very basic tag which is known as script. Alright, okay, there is this thing which we can do, which is, and then closing the tag. Okay, it's already closed. Fine. So guys, what is this line basically doing? This is not part of the boiler template code, because boiler template code only consists of HTML. But over here we are integrating CSS and Tailwind as well. So that's why we are making use of this line. So basically this does nothing but just loads the Tailwind components into our HTML tags. Now you must be wondering, what is tag? Can you all see this head within these brackets? Like, can you see these brackets? Okay, something is written in between these brackets. These are known as tags, okay? So one which is in this format without a forward or sometimes people get confused in between forward and backward slash. Let me just show you all. This is a forward slash and this is a backward slash. Okay, well, I guess my keys got shifted. So, anyways, never mind. Something of this kind, the opposite to this, which is in this format, it is known as a backward slash. All right. So, this is known as a closing tag, and this is known as an opening tag. All right. Okay. So this is a very basic concept of like what tag is basically, and nothing much. All right. So let us just close this. Close this. Okay. Now we'll be going ahead with our next portion of after the script we have link. Okay, sorry, I forgot to put the bracket. Link is equals to. Okay, now you must be wondering that I did not type this out, but you could already see it being there. How do you do that? Okay, so there is something known as an MDN reference, all right? So if you guys just click on it, all right, you can see what this tag basically does, all right? So these are the portions. See, we have our basic syntax over here. Now, if you guys must be thinking, what is a syntax? Okay, syntax is a basic structure. Like, for example, if my name is Astha Adhikari, the normal method of writing my name is my first name and then my last name. So, similarly, like we have this as a syntax, which is basically a structure to write this. All right. So, this is known as a syntax, and these are some MDN reference which you can go through. Okay, we made use of the very same thing. And now, as you know, VS Code is one of the most like very good text editors. It allows you to automatically write the code, and you just have to click on Control and the right arrow button. All right. So I'll just mention it over here as well. Click on Control and right arrow button. Okay, this is for Windows users, and for Mac, just make use of command. Okay, like command instead of um, control. All right, so moving on. So fine. Now let us. Okay, so this is basically loading. This page. This is style.css. We'll be writing this. Basically, the components of CSS. Nothing very fancy. So we'll be manually coding this portion. Now I'll show you over here. If you guys are not able to match up the speed, you know what you can do? Control A, copy, and paste it over here. Okay, just paste it over here. But over here we have time, so we'll be manually coding this portion. I'll be coding this first and then I'll come to the explanation portion later after completing index.html. Alright, I repeat again. I'll be coding this portion first and then I'll explain index.html, complete this portion, and then I'll come for this explanation part. Alright, I guess no more doubts you guys have. So let us start coding. Okay, in general, adding comments is, like a very good practice. So if you guys, just do it, it's like a very good habit. So we'll be adding comments over here. All right. So I'll be typing it slow so that nobody misses out on anything. Now you can see I haven't typed anything, but there is a very basic structure you can see over here, right? So let us go back to our document. See, this is the very basic structure, like a syntax you can say, which is for CSS, used for CSS. Again, CSS is a styling element which is embedded within the HTML syntaxes. So that's why by default, if I click on enter, this will come. But our code will be something different, alright? So we also have an option to reject it. So scroll dash behavior, alright, and then will be on smooth. Guys, one thing while you code this thing out entirely, just make sure you guys are using the correct alignment, alright? Just make that thing sure, nothing much. Okay. So fine. Then we'll be going into the next portion, which is nav. Okay, now we have hover as well. Wanted to hover. Alright, we're done with one more component. Now, next component is dot social hover, as you all can see. Alright, so we have one thing which we have to do. Close this and then click on enter. Then we are going to make use of transform. We are going to translate x first, alright? Y first, then I'll be explaining this code later, alright? So if you guys feel that this is going Greek and Latin, I'm really sorry, but yeah, don't worry, alright? Okay, one thing, guys, just don't miss out on semicolon, alright? Just don't miss out on semicolon. Okay? That's all I had to majorly say. Because then, you guys will face some problems. Alright, then next component is. Just a second. Okay, we have this as our next component, alright? So, alright, we are done with this as well. Now we'll be having. Okay, guys, so I guess let's not waste much time because there is a lot of explanation portion as well. So let us, just copy our text from here. Alright. I'll be explaining this portion, don't worry. Alright. Okay, so now let us just check what's the problem with this. Okay, so with VS Code's new update, we have Copilot. All right, uh, we have Copilot, so we'll be making use of Copilot to fix our error. All right, so let's click on Quick Fix. Okay, so you can see whatever it is. So initially, if you just sit and just go through, you have to debug. But now we have Copilot to, debug our problems. So this is what our style.css will look like. Okay. Now let us come to, index.html. Okay. So now we'll be moving on to body tag. All right. Now what body tag is basically, it is basically nothing much, but like your, like the basic outline of your. Does anyone have to say anything?
Yeah, can you send the format like the entire layout of the style CSS sheet?
Yeah, you can access it. I just showed you that you have to download the zip file, right? So this is the zip file. Under zip file, okay, this is how you will see, all right? The zip file, close this. Now after opening the zip file, click on this, okay? Now click on this again. Now go to session 2, all right? You'll find style.css, all right? Now all you have to do is click anywhere randomly on this portion of the page, Control A, Control C, and then Alt Tab, then Style CSS, then Control V. That's all.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So we are done with style.css portion. I'll be explaining this shortly. And okay, so body tag is nothing, just it basically, um, gives like, like your very basic outline of the page. All right, how, what, like, it's basically what you are going to see is under body tag. All right. So now we are going back to a zip file thingy. And okay, so we have different sections in our website, okay? I'll just show you guys again. All right, just a second. In first session, we just showed you, you know, just a second, loading. Okay, it's taking time. Let's just refresh the page. Never mind, we're going to access it from here. Okay, session one. Um, or maybe like I'll just simply type it out over here. Okay, this was a deployed link. So this is how your portfolio website is supposed to look. This is inspired from, Donald Trump's success, but we are going to make it for you guys. So you guys have to make changes according to your name, your skill set, about your journey and whatever, okay? So this is the structure which we are supposed to get, all right? So today we'll be doing it in HTML and CSS and Tailwind CSS, but in the upcoming session, this entire thing will be done in React.js, all right? So, all right. So now let us go back to our code, all right? And now the website has different portions, all right? So let me just you know first copy the code and then I'll just show you all how it is. Okay, so from here we are going to copy our code and then we are going to go to line number 29. All right, again I repeat, from line number 10 to line number 29, copy. Okay, copy and paste it over here. All right, are you guys able to follow what I told? Hello, are you guys able to follow?
Yeah. It's from also we're copying from line number 10 to line number 29, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, please acknowledge. Okay, seems like everyone understood. So now we'll be, basically explaining this portion, what this is doing. All right. So now do one thing, guys. After, just tell me, have you guys copy pasted the code or not from the one which we gave? Just check. Everyone, are you guys able to do or not? Hello. Okay. Um, Fine. So now we'll be doing right click over here, all right? And then we'll be clicking on show preview, all right? Again, I'll repeat again. In this file wherein we are writing Webtember session 2, all right? Just go over there and right click on this file, okay? You will get this kind of options. Go down to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Go to 8th option, all right, and click on it, all right? You will get like a very raw structure, this shows how your code has started working, okay? Now if I just comment this portion out, all right, I'll just show what the difference will be. Okay, we'll just show. Okay, till here actually. Okay, now I couldn't comment out. See, now you can see this page is blank, all right? We are supposed to design it something similar to this. Wait, I'll just show all how it is supposed to look like. Okay, so session 2. Okay, this will look something like this by the end. So now we are on, just writing this portion. Okay, this is basically a toggle. This is just the structure of the toggle. All right, this won't do anything right now. You guys will be able to use this when we go ahead with React.js. All right. So for now, this is the deployed link using React.js, and this is what we did using HTML and CSS. All right. So now let us get back and write our code back over here. Okay, we have something missing. These brackets. All right. Now save the code. Click on live preview. Alright, show preview. This is what we are able to see. Now this is also visible because of that extension which is, live preview which we installed a while ago. Alright. So now let us come to the explanation portion of this code. Okay, so now I have explained you guys till here, right? Now let me just again explain that this is basically loading the CSS components, and this is basically loading. This is loading Tailwind CSS components, and this is loading CSS components. Now we are moving ahead to the next portion of our code, which is the navigation bar. Okay, now this is known as a navigation bar. All right, so this is what if you guys can access by chance. So if you click on inspect over here, you guys will be able to see like it has HTML codes in it. So this is what we are going to do right now. All right. So for now we just saw what we did. So now coming to the explanation portion. Okay, so nav is nothing but a semantic tag for the navigation bar, all right? And basically, how do you use this? Okay, these aspects which you can see, no, this is basically, the Tailwind CSS classes. Now, what do you mean by class? Okay, you might be wondering what is a class. Okay, for example, you guys are freshers or second years or third years attending this session. You guys studying BPDC, okay? Now you go to a classroom, for example, lecture hall number one. There are different types of students. Someone might wear jeans and top, someone might do anything else, like might wear something ethnic. Okay, so we have different type of people in the same class. So similarly, it is the very same class under Tailwind CSS, which has different aspects which will help you to style your page. Okay, so basically, nav is a semantic tag which is used for navigation bar. Okay, now you might be wondering why are we using so many divs? All right, so I want to just make you guys aware that these two tags. Okay, I'll just go a bit more. Okay, so we have div. Okay, and it is not an empty tag. Okay, because we have a closing tag for this, and we have span. Just remember this little concept in your mind. Div basically divides your page into portions. For example, if we use div, okay, so we are ready with our nav bar, then we can see profile image placeholder basically a little lower than this nav bar entirely. So this is why does it happen? This happens because we are making use of div, okay. Now, when I was a fresher, I used to make use of break statement, which is not a very good practice. Okay, you can make use of break statement too, but that's not a good practice. Div is basically divides the sections, all right, and span's job is to make these sections together. So, for example, let us go through this little MDN reference. Okay, so see some text over here. We have some text. Okay, now, if we go back to divs, MDN reference, click on it. See how it appears. It appears into two different lines. So now, for example, if you make use of span, it will come along in the same line. But if you're making use of div, it will come in the lower line. All right. So fine, I guess it's clear. This basic concept is clear. All right. Yeah, guys, if you're having any doubt or something, please let me know. Okay. I'm reading the charts. Please let me know. Okay, and then you have this div. Okay, class is again we use for tailwind. Okay, now then this is basically commenting. Okay, now how do you comment in HTML? Okay, so you just click on this opening bracket, then two dashes, then shift one, then write whatever you want to write, and then this, and then closing bracket. Okay, so this is how you comment out in HTML. Okay, sorry, there is a little mistake, it seems. Okay, so over here, done. You can see it turn into green. Now anything which is visible in green is basically comments. And in CSS, this is how you use. All right, just a second, I'll just show. So I'll just write down. Now, what are comments? Comments are those portion of the code which does not affect or change the content of your code which you are typing. Now, for example, these are basically there to like if I give this code to you now, after 2 months if you open, you will not understand what is written, which portion is handling which section of the code. So if you guys go through the comment section, all right, it will be easy for you guys to understand ki, okay, we are doing the navigation bar portion over here. Wait, yeah, we are doing the navigation bar portion over here. After this we have more sections, so it will be easy for you guys to go through. Okay, now coming on to we completed div. Now A. Okay, what is A? A is basically anchor tag. Okay. Under this we have href. Okay. Now what does href basically do? All right. Href's job is to create hyperlink to a reference. Hyperlink to a reference link. For example, like what we were doing here. See. Now if we click on this, okay, MDN reference we can see. Now we can click on it. Can you guys see https dot slash slash developer dot mozilla dot org and whatever? This is what hyperlink is actually, okay? So if you click on it, it will be redirected to some other portion of the web page, okay? So now for example, if I click on about section, all right, let me just refresh. Okay, I'll be showing it over the deployed link. Okay, now if I click on about section, it scrolls down to this portion, alright? If I click on projects, it goes to these projects, alright? So this is how hyperlinking basically works, alright? So this is anchor tag, A stands for anchor. Again, we have class, navlink, hover text, these things, okay? Now let me just explain what are these things, okay? These are nothing, just, some basic tailwind classes, okay? So, okay, so for the first thing, what is fixed, okay? Fix is basically to fix the nav bar to the viewport, okay, and then you have top zero, top left, top right, okay. This basically stretches the like for now we saw the nav bar like very close, 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 but now because of this command it is stretched all over. All right, now, after this, we have Z50. Okay, Z50 appears above other elements. Basically, it's like a high stacking ordered thing. All right. And again, we have BG gray, and this is what we have. So basically, this is like dark gray background with 90% opacity, and then you have backdrop blur with MD. Now, what is MD? MD is basically used for medium. Okay, so it is basically for your screen how it will come out. Now let us not go into so much details. If you guys have doubts, there's a new feature of Copilot. Okay, so if you can't understand anything, see, it selects the index.html, ask them to please explain me line number, for example, let us take 17. Okay, now this will explain the entire line 17. All right, see, navbar, what does it do, what is class, all right? So if you guys have like doubts, because this will take time, all right, so see exactly what I told you guys. See, it gives you 90% dark gray opacity, and all this is used for medium, like how it is going to appear on your screen. Okay, like it fixes the position, this stretches the position, right? This is what I told you guys. Okay, so now we are done with the navigation portion, and if you guys have doubt, just do it right now and check it. If you guys can't understand, explain line number 21. See, it will explain you. All right. Now we are closing these tags. Now, what does SVG tag basically do? SVG tag basically, creates a rectangular design. So basically, we have this toggle, right? So this toggle is created using SVG, and then we have path tag under it, which is basically used for creating rectangles. All right, you can just go to Copilot and go through it. Okay. Now we'll be going into the next portion of the code, which is hero section. Okay. Now this name I know sounds a bit funny, but this is how it is. Okay. We have hero section. All right. So how will you understand where the hero section is ending actually? Do you see the indentation actually? Something which is under this tag. Okay. This comment. This is the tag, section tag, and this is the comment. So do you see a format of staircase pattern? It goes inside this tag. So this is basically the parent tag, all right? Parent tag matlab it means something which is inside this, okay? This will be accessed under this tag, okay? So now we have hero section, right? So let us just copy paste hero section. Okay, hero section, copy, and then go back to your code and then just simply paste it. Alright, just take care of the indentation again. See over here, it should be under body tag. Don't take it over here. By chance, if it goes over here, use tab. Okay, tab will help you to align it. Okay, guys, are you able to understand what am I explaining? Hello, guys, are you able to understand? Are you guys able to follow? If you can't follow, you can tell me. Okay. Okay, you guys are able to follow, then let us go to the next section. Okay, now wait, where is this? Okay, so this was our page, control S, then again we are going to click on live preview, show preview. Okay, so see, we can see a very basic structure again coming back. All right, we haven't started styling it, but we have, by the end of this session we'll have a better structure. All right, so this is what it is looking like right now. But
Asta,
yeah,
could you go to line number 8?
uh, yeah.
Yeah. Could you replace the link from styles.css to style.css? Because
Oh
it's
yes,
a,
sorry, my
yeah.
bad. Yes, thank you so
So
much.
the
Okay.
others also can follow this change.
Yes, guys, just follow this change. I made a manual mistake. So just change it to style.css, similar to this file, alright? If you guys are done, then I'll move ahead, alright?
Where are you placing the hero section?
Under the navigation portion, this.
Okay, so it's under. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just paste the code from there, alright? Okay, so you guys already have the description over here, okay? What hero section is basically, which part of the website it handles, alright? Now again, we are going to go to live preview. And okay, now you can see some changes in the color, okay, because I made changes over here in line number 8. All right, so yeah, now next okay, now let me just explain what this is doing basically. Okay, from the main website what we have right now, the final product. Okay, this section is basically determining your profile image placeholder. Now what is a image placeholder? This is basically just a frame. Like in Canva we have frame, right? Many of you might not be aware of Canva, but you have a photo frame, but wherein photos aren't really placed. So this is known as a placeholder in HTML or like web development terms. All right. So we have code for image placeholder. Now again, because of time constraint, I'll request you all to use Copilot. Now, how will you use Copilot? You see this webtember underscore session 2, and then there is this toggle chat option. Click on it. Okay. Ask it to explain line 36 and 37. All right. Now this will give you all the description. And by the way, all these descriptions are already given in the PPT. Just making this thing clear. It is given in the PPT, and then you will also find it over here through Copilot. See, it has
One sec.
all the descriptions given very wonderfully. All right,
Um,
and
Ola,
guys, can you mute?
yeah, can you just explain again how to get that a co-pilot session?
Yeah. Okay. See, first off, can you see this Webtember session, some search bar thing?
Yes.
So do you see a toggle chat option next to that? Basically, an icon with some stars and chat.
Okay.
Can you see?
No.
It should appear there. Just check once.
Yeah, I just checked with the same one. Just one is your webcam birth session. I don't see any toggle chat option over there.
Can't you see this option over there?
No, I cannot see that in my case.
Um, that shouldn't be because you guys have installed the recent version of VS Code.
I think so. Yeah, I pretty much downloaded whatever link that it has
Okay, do you
sent.
use Mac or Windows?
Which one?
Do you use Mac OS or Windows or Linux? What do you use?
I'm doing Windows.
Okay, you use Windows. So like you have a Copilot option over here as well. You can, just copy paste this line over there and ask what it is doing. I'll just give a brief idea what it is doing. We are making use of div again, and see now span comes into play. What I explained you guys. So basically W32 is basically the width, H32 is the height basically, and then MX auto MB8, and then you have rounded full BG Gray 700. Okay, for now, I know you guys must be thinking, what is she yapping? So let me be very clear that this portion is basically MX Auto is basically, it expands the screen the way margin is set. Okay, so now this is margin border. This is 8. Okay, now it will automatically, size up to this. All right, so margin we have set 8, and profile portion you can see like this is a bit lesser than the margin. So this is what it is doing. Rounded full gray background. This is what you can see, gray background. And then 700 is basically how much we are setting it. Then you have border blue. These are some tailwind components. So again, if you have to learn tailwind in a deeper manner, so I would request you all to actually go to MDN references, which is mentioned in the PPT as well as the GitHub documentation. Please go through it. Okay, now after this image placeholder we have the name section. Okay, so now in the name section I have put Donald Trump. Now I want you all to, okay, now come to line number 42, everyone. Change it to your own name. Okay, for example, my internet name is Astro, all right, and my surname is Adhikari. So let me keep it as AD, all right. So Control S, then again we'll go to show preview. It's see, can you see the name changed to Astro AD? All right, and now I'm not a business mogul or a president. All right, so I'll just write a very simple thing, which is I'm a student right now, so student at BPDC. All right, you can write the full form as well, BITS Pilani, Dubai campus, anything. Okay, so just make these little changes. Okay, now one more thing. What is an H1 tag? Again, we can see the MDN reference over here. So H1 tag is nothing but like a heading tag. Okay, now you must be wondering, we used head upstairs, and now why are we using H1? Both of them are pretty much different. Let me just make this thing clear. H1 is basically used to mention heading for something. Okay, for example, see, we have this documentation. We have made use of heading tag in order to just show this. For example, let me just show. See, we have H1 tag for this. Okay, and B is basically bold tag. All right, so that's all, nothing much. So we have heading tag. Okay, in the hero section, and then we have again some styling component. You all can go through this in the MDN reference and again make use of Copilot. And then the subtitle section, I have made changes, and description. Okay, this is what I'm not definitely making America great again. I don't know about America. I am a happy person. Okay, this is what I can write. Okay, Yeah, maybe these things too. Okay, yeah, fine, good. Give me some basics. Okay, now control S again. I'm going to click on show preview. Can you just see? There are like little changes which says like Astro AD, student at BPDC, and I am a happy person who loves to explore new technologies and amazing web experiences. Welcome to my portfolio. Alright, just make the very same changes, guys. Um, just write anything you just want to, alright? Just say I love to play guitar, I love to play badminton, anything is fine. Okay, now comes to the social link portion. Okay, again we are making use only of the icons, all right? So let me just come. These portions are the icons, all right? So we are making use of these icons over here, nothing much. Again, SVG tag is used to create shapes, so we have our shapes over here. Alright, and then we have href, I have explained it. Again, we have a Tailwind component over here. Please do make use of Copilot, or maybe you can go through the PPT. Alright, then we are mostly done. Again, path, I explained path upstairs over here as well in line number 23. Then we have scroll indicator. Now, what does scroll indicator basically do? Scroll indicator basically, helps you to like, smoothly, scroll through across the page. Nothing much, okay? Like really basic. See, you have like animate bounds, nothing much. Like, see, this is the scroll indicator, and now it is allowing us to scroll down. It shows down, all right, to about me section. All right, now let us go to our next section, which is we have completed hero section. Now we'll be going about section. All right. Now about section is like really interesting one. I feel it's interesting. Okay. So let us just copy paste this code simply. Okay. About section copy, and then we can just paste it over here. Okay. Again. So in the about section, okay, control S. Now again we are going to see live preview, basically show preview section. Alright, can you see some changes which we got ultimately over here? Isn't it wonderful actually? So like it's really good to see these things, okay? Now the thing is, we are supposed to make changes to these texts. Okay, I'm not a very stable genius person. I just made it for him, for Donald Trump. Okay, so basically, whatever is coming over here, I'll just just go ahead with Control and right arrow. All right, all right. Now we have this portion. I did not start my business. Maybe in future sometime. God's plan supports. I'll start my business. So we have this again. Okay, I just changed this. Okay, now again change this. Okay, guys, over here just add whatever you guys love to do. Okay, it's not necessary like what I am doing, you are supposed to do the same thing. About me section should have what you guys love to do, and then your journey section should start with what you guys do. Like if you guys are in CS, so just write down I started with HTML coding in 7th grade, or anything is fine. All right, backspace again. Over the years I have taken, okay, I'm just copying pasting whatever is here. Okay, not exactly copy pasting, but yeah. Okay, so now I don't want this also to be there. Okay, I don't make tremendous deals. So control S, you can see some little changes over here as well. See, do you see the changes? Alright, this is the change we can see. This is also the change we can see. Alright, I'm not a Wharton graduate, okay, so I'll be making some changes. It was like, let me just add coding as this heading, and just write, feature cards. Just write, I am a passionate coder. Alright, just write this. Okay, anything is fine. I'm not a Wharton graduate, but indeed a Bits Villani graduate someday. Okay. Um, okay. let us do some fun stuff here. Exclamation. Okay, tower builder. No, I'm not a tower builder, but maybe like I like seeing good architecture stuff. So let us write Burj Khalifa. Okay, anything is fine, honestly, guys. Okay. Uh, okay, now media master dominated. Okay, media master. Okay. Um, share shares interest in scrolling reels. Okay, just write anything again. Okay, guys. So Control S again. We have this thing. So there are some changes we can see. See, coding. I'm a passionate coder. See, we can see changes. All right. Now again, p tag is paragraph tag. So basically, you write stuff under paragraph tag in order to view it. Okay. Now let us move on to the next section. After about section, what do we have? We have skills section. Okay. So in skills section, okay, I'll be adding this portion. Okay, guys, in skills section, whatever I have added, okay, these are not exactly Donald Trump's, these are mine, alright. So I'm not going to change it. But you guys can definitely change it. How are you going to change it? Okay. So after copy pasting the code, okay, under skills and technologies, you can write anything. Honestly, you can write I'm a good writer, I'm a good poet, anything. Okay, so you can write, instead of React is basically, under it comes under JavaScript. Okay, you use JavaScript. You'll be doing this in, upcoming session. So instead of writing React, just write, anything like loves to sing, loves to dance, loves to scroll reels, loves listening to music, anything is fine, honestly. Okay. And then next, this portion I'm not editing, all right. And again, these are CSS components. I explained what is MB. MB is margin border. Now you must be wondering what is XL. XL is basically a pixel screen. So as this is mobile responsive as well, so this supports, stuffs lower than 768 pixel as well. So for this reason, we have made use of XL as well. And then we have tools and other sections. So basically, these three sections we have completed through this. All right. Now we'll be moving on to the next section, which is project section. Okay. Again, project section, project 2, project 3. Okay, sorry, I came a bit down here. Okay, project 3 तक है, fine. Okay, we have the project grid. Okay, now again, enter. Okay, we have project grid over here. Okay, now basically project grid is which portion of our website? This portion. Okay, so now these were like some projects which I made over the summers or in my second year. All right, so these are something. I have this one from my 12th grade, this one from second year, and this one from summer break. Okay, so these were a few things which I built. You can add any of your basic projects or any internship projects. This section is mostly for people who have taken computer science prior to this, like college, or maybe you have done your internships. So maybe second, third year people can add something. Okay, guys, are you able to follow? Roshni, just click on Control S as well. Okay. Once you are making changes, click on Control S and then go to the preview option. All right. All right. Now we have this portion. Okay. Now, okay, these are the projects. This is what I have written. Okay. So now we have, okay, next here. So this is the project grid section. Now I'll just give a little brief about this. Basically, you can see div again, span again, okay, and h3 is again a heading tag. So let me just clear this thing out once, like looking at the MDN reference. Okay, h1 supports the largest heading option, as in like when you preview it, this will appear as the largest heading, and if you use h2 it will look comparatively smaller, h3 as a bit more smaller, and finally there is h6 as well. Okay, So in H6 it will appear the smallest, okay? Over here, have they used H6? Yes, they have made use of H6. So can you see H6 being the smallest one and H1 being the largest one amongst all of them? So these are some basic concepts. Just go through these things, okay? These are really very basic concepts. Okay, so now what do we have? These are again some styling components. Again, 2XL because of mobile screen pixels and this very same thing. Again, if you have doubt, note down the line numbers 259 and 260, go over here, or maybe I have actually provided a PPT over here. Wait, is the PPT? Okay, so over here, just go through the PPT. All right, cool. I guess you guys are able to follow. These are like basic tailwind styling components, nothing much, okay? For a layman, it must be a bit tricky to understand what are these numbers, but once you read the docs which we are providing and the MDN references, okay, it will be very easy for you guys, okay? Now, copying the next section, which is contact section, all right? Now on clicking this, we can see how it is looking, okay? So Control S. Now I'll teach you a little different thing as well. When you downloaded this Webtember MTC session 2 from its GitHub repository, I believe all of you have unzipped the folder and extracted the files. Alright, click on it. Now go to session 2, click on index. Alright, you can see what you have done basically over here, okay? Now, similar to this, I'll just show you. We have one more session to folder on which we were working. All right. So I created that on desktop, and this is what it is. Index. Okay, we didn't use that CSS component till now. So wait, we are yet to work on it. Okay. So this is what we are getting, like the most basic stuff. All right. All right. So this is like a very basic thing we are getting, and now let us go back to this portion. This is a very important portion. Okay, are we missing out anything? Let me check. Sorry guys, I came back. Okay, so basically again I'll share my entire screen. Okay, I guess you guys are able to follow, alright? So let us go back to our GitHub link over here. Okay, we'll be going back on through this chat box option as well. Okay, we have it over here. And let us go back. I guess you guys are able to understand what I have explained. Okay, yes, I did not miss out anything yet. Okay, so now we'll be going back to another aspect which was style.css. Okay, now I'll be explaining this one by one. What style dot I explained prior, like few hours ago, like what CSS is. It is basically cascading sheet styles, all right. So now basically this wait, I just show. There is a basic structure to it. Okay, wait, I need to go through the documentation which I posted here. Okay, docs, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you guys can see this, okay? Now you must be wondering what is this hashtag F not, F not, F not, F not. Okay, let me just clear this thing out. There is something known as hex code, okay? Now, hex code is basically, it determines the color, alright? It determines the color of your web page or an particular element. Okay, for example, let us open, you know, here we have session 2, then index. Okay, so over here we have this portion. All right, the colors you can see is always because of the hex code. All right, so over here now let me start explaining what is happening basically. All right, so you can see a comment which says custom styles, then you can see something as, you know, HTML and then scroll behavior semicolon smooth, colon smooth. So this portion is basically, you know, it adds smooth scrolling when navigating to anchor tags. Now, as these two things are like integrated, you know, like to style.css, and these things are integrated. So what is an anchor tag? I told you guys prior to this, anchor tag is basically it helps you to create hyperlinks. Now hyperlink, what it is, I'll show you again. See, now we can't see any MDN reference. Okay, so for here I just showed you guys, this is what hyperlink is. If you click on it, it will be redirected to another page. So this is basically used for smooth scrolling and easy navigation to, you know, anchor links. So basically on clicking any of the nav links, you know, it will be really easy for you guys to access it. Then next portion we have nav link, all right. So we have position relative, all right, and then we have transition, all of them in zero point 0.3 seconds each. So now what is dot nav link, all right? It is basically used for navigation links, okay? And then position is basically used for, like, you know, it basically allows you to position pseudo elements, like, you know, which is relative to the link. So just know it is something related to the hyperlink. Just keep this thing in mind, okay? Now transition zero point 0.3 seconds ease is basically it animates all property changes smoothly over like zero point 0.3 seconds. You can change this as well. Again, we have an MDN reference. So guys, your job is to basically go through these codes and most importantly go through these MDN references and the PDF which has been given over here, alright? Then you have .nav link over after, okay? So what this basically does is basically, you know, it uses like a blue underline, okay? Like, how can I explain? This, can you see a blue underline? This is the CSS component which we are using. So, and other than that, what do we have? We have content. Okay, so how can I explain content? It basically creates pseudo element, nothing else. And for position, it is mentioned absolute. So position basically underlines the relative to the link. Okay, so for example, if we have a hyperlink, okay, like let us just click on it. Okay, so you have position to the hyperlink. This is created in React.js, but we have this as the blue line, all right? So this will basically, you know, go to those places of the portion. Like, for example, if you click on this, it will go to about section. So same, this will also do something similar. It will redirect you to the same portion of the web page, all right? Then we have bottom. Okay, now how to explain bottom? Bottom is basically like, you know, it places like below the link, like whatever is there it places below the link. Like for example, is there any MDN reference? uh, okay, we have an MDN reference to this. Wait, yeah, so this is what you can go through, all right. See, this basically highlights a portion. Yeah, so what I was saying is basically puts a line under, right? Basically under the link. So this is what you can say, like it, you know, highlights the area. Now, what do we have next? We have is left 0, right 0, height 2 pixel, and then background. Okay, now you all must be wondering that, Didi, we don't know what background, how shall we put? There is always like, you know, like a website wherein you can find the exact hex code, alright? So if you type CSS color hex code, you will find a website which will always redirect you to all these hex codes, all right? See. There are so many of them. Keeps on going and going, alright? See, so many of them are there. Alright? And also one more link which I wanted to talk about is HTML entities mostly. Yeah, this thing, okay? So what is basically HTML entity, okay? Now let us go back to our this thing. Okay. Can you see a small heart after happy learning? This is an HTML entity. Now using HTML entity is like really easy, okay? It's not that hard. You have to use an ampersand. Then for example over here I wanted to draw a heart, alright? So I typed out heart and then I used a semicolon. So like now it's very easy to guess. Okay, you don't have to memorize these things. These things are always, you are supposed to refer to any web links so that you can access them easily. For example, now even in my mind, just because I use ampersand heart very often, I just remember that thing. But like lesser than this and greater than sign, obviously as a layman, I won't remember. So that's why this is what you can use, okay? It's very basic, you can understand what it is, alright? See, it's so simple. Alright, see, we have so many of them. We have trademark, we have copyright, we have euro, we have yen. So don't follow the numbers, just follow the name because it's easy to understand. Even when you look at the, code, then you can understand what it is. Like for quotation mark code, for apostrophe, it is using apos. Alright, so this thing, what you all can do. And okay, so hex code also I've mentioned what it is. Now let us move on to social icon. So we have something known as, display flex. Display, okay guys, are you able to follow? Are you able to follow what I am explaining? Guys, can you just write yes or no? Okay, one yes. Others can't understand? Guys, are you able to understand? Okay, you guys are able to understand. Fine, good. So now we have social icon and then we have display colon flex, then we have align item center, justify content center, then we have width, height, border radius, and transition. Okay, so transition, as I have explained earlier, I'm just skipping this portion of the line. Okay, border radius is basically, like again, you might be wondering that how will I know that I have to put it to 50%? Again, you have to, play around with the numbers so that when you do these things like the projects 2 or 3 times, you have an idea how much space acquires in like 50%. Okay, same with the pixels as well. Px stands for pixel. All right, we have an mdn reference for this as well. So again, I want to request you all, please go through the mdn references. You will get to learn a lot. Okay, and alignment, it will take center alignment. And for justify content, justify is again the very same similar thing to alignment. We all have seen and used it as well. Okay, so now what do we have? Okay, this border radius, just remember this basically makes a circle, all right? And then transition, I have explained, dot social icon forward. Okay, so now basically what this portion is doing again, translate y minus 2px. Okay, so this line is basically doing what? It is taking the y axis, all right, and then we are using it in some other quadrant. Okay, sorry, my bad. So for example, let us ask Copilot to explain line number 32. Okay, it is working. So basically nothing much. It is just taking the negative quadrant of y-axis, nothing else. See, same thing. Upward, basically the negative axis, nothing else. And then along y-axis, okay? So basically it will go upwards, alright? And then you have some aspects again, setting the pixel. And then RGBA is basically like again a color code component, alright? So these are like very basic things, very basic. You guys have to just go through the ambient references and make use of Copilot again. All right, scale tag. It is pretty much understandable that what it is basically transition, font weight, padding, and all these things. Okay. Okay, and then we have tech tag. Okay, now I explained about tech tag over here as well under this section. What to say? Where is it? I made use of tech tag over here. Remember when I was like, writing all my tech stuff like I was mentioning. So let me just search it over here. Made use of tech tag. Okay, I'm not able to find, but I was very sure I made use of tech tag. So it is something very similar to here, all right? Um, so let us go back to style.css, all right? So basically, again, this is like a styling element, like how much pixels you have to take, and then border again same pixels, font weight how much you want, 600. Again, color, it is showing white over here, but you can also make use of like some hex code, okay, like the way these numbers are, all right. Then we have like a smooth animation portion, all right. Now what is dot animate bounce? Okay, basically it applies the custom bounce animation, okay, which will repeat after every 2 seconds. For example, you see this, this bounces after every 2 seconds. Okay, so this is what it is. And then we have like a keyframe bounce, and basically these are like bounce animations. Again, we have some numbers, and then again we are using which aspects do we want to change. Again, we have why it is 3D, because we have x, y, and z. So basically, like it will give a 3D look. So again, we are keeping X, Y, Z. So like you can take any of them as Z or any of them as X, Y. It depends on you. So I guess many of you might have done these three things in like your school level. Then we have custom scroller, all right. So this basically sets the width of the browser, all right. Basically the browser scroll bar, like you have, Chrome, Brave, and all these softwares, so you guys can make use of it. It can be like, you can refer, again same thing, refer to MDN for this. Then we have WebKit scroll bar track, which is basically like again a hex code for the color. And again you can also use anything, like it's not necessary like you have to only use border radius. You can use anything, but I preferred using border radius statement. Then again same thing, okay. Now what is responsive adjustment? Okay, so basically responsive adjustment is specifically for users who are using tablets or phone. So now when you are developing a website, it is a very good practice in general to make your applications mobile responsive, because anyone can access it from anywhere. For example, if I don't make this website mobile responsive, all right, it will be really annoying. Wait, I'll just send you guys. It will be really annoying to scroll left, right all the time to check stuff. So you guys can just check this out. All right, wait, where's the chat box? Okay. Um, just check this out. You guys can see that this thing appears a bit different in mobile phone, and it's more mobile phone friendly. All right. So it's the very same thing I have done over here. All right, and then we have the last thing, which is like gradient background for section. Again, some coloring styling agents. That's all. So again, looking at the whole file, you can understand CSS is majorly only about styling. Okay, there is no logic or no idea you have to put in. All right. So it's very basic. Once you make 2 to 3 projects, it's really really easy for you guys. All right. So now, as we guys have done this portion of index.html and CSS, now let us move on to the second portion of, I just opened my GitHub account. All right. I am on my account, okay? Just open your GitHub account. Just type github.com and just open it. Are you guys able to follow? Hello. Good morning, guys. Are you guys able to follow? Guys, please open your GitHub account, alright? Okay, there is a reply. So, I have 14 repositories over here, alright? So now we are going to create a new repository just for this project, okay? So we have this session 2, okay? Now this is in general supposed to be done by, like, let us do session 2 underscore Webtember. Now make sure that you guys have like different name, because again you can't keep same names, all right? So I don't want to add an readme folder. Now what does readme folder basically do? It gives you like a gist, okay, of the, what to say, like, of the project, okay? So now what I'll be doing is basically I'll just drag and drop the folder. But this thing is basically you guys will learn making use of Git commands, because that makes it more user friendly. I feel this is a bit complicated one. So now I want to, like, wait, upload an existing file. Okay, so I'll close this one, the one on which we were working. Okay, close this, save. Okay, don't forget to save. Okay, and then upload an existing file. So see, it says drag here them to your repository. So mine was on desktop. See this one. Now I'll just drag and drop over here. Now it will load all of these files, whatever was present. So we had two of them, right? So now if we click on commit changes, voila, you have your first GitHub repository project, okay, which is made in plain HTML and CSS. All right. So see, you can see it's HTML. Now you must be wondering, I have used CSS as well. Why isn't it showing CSS? Because again, CSS we have used like as an embedding. It is embedded under HTML tags. All right. So were you guys able to follow this portion? Wait. Yeah, I hope like last session we all have done that thing. So you guys must be having GitHub account as well. So just log into that, all right? Are you guys done? Okay, yeah, I'll repeat the steps again. Yeah, Shifali.
Yeah, which file do we have to upload in GitHub?
Okay, so did you code the file or like copy paste the code into
Yeah,
another folder? Okay, you have done that. Okay,
yeah.
now use Control S and close that folder from VS Code. Okay,
Okay.
okay, done. Now click on New Repository. Okay, did you
Yeah,
go to
I
GitHub?
see the repository. I couldn't find which one to upload.
Okay,
To
so
this.
do you remember the destination where you saved it? Did you save it on your desktop or like downloads or like
Yeah, desktop only. The new
desktop?
folder we had created now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So click on new and just type whatever name you want to. Create repository. Go to next step, which is uploading an existing file. Then you get to choose. Okay. Now drag and drop it over here. Okay. This is like a very basic method, but in general, it is very good if you guys make use of Git commands, which we'll learn in the session third. Okay. So yeah, guys, just create your GitHub account and make sure you guys post your codes over here. Okay, this is not the file, definitely, but fine. Are you guys done? Yes. Okay. Others, were you guys able to follow? Yes, what to do after uploading. Okay, so basically you must be wondering what is this? Why are we making use of GitHub? Why am I posting my code online? So see, okay, let us take this into a microscopic level. For example, you have an event hosted by MTC, okay, wherein you have to, code something and then you are supposed to submit that code to us, okay? Now handling, like directly sending these files are very complicated, it can get corrupted as well. So GitHub is basically like an open source platform wherein anyone can, access your files, all right? So, for example, if I'm in a competition and I have to submit my codes to MTC, I'll just submit simply this repository link. Okay, this is not really wrong repository. Sorry. I'll just go to this, session to September, copy this link or any other link, whatever. You can take it from here as well, okay? So copy this link and then, email them or like submit this into, the Google form which will be provided. So, this way accessing the files will be easy, nothing will be corrupted. Now, for example, we gave you a GitHub link, okay? For example, if we submitted you like a very, random zip file and would say, ki, array, download this. So, it would become like really complicated because many of them might get corrupted as well. So, as I gave you the the GitHub repository, and you guys downloaded the zip file in your own device. You did not give the zip file to someone else. You downloaded it in your system. So that's why when you like extract them, nothing will be corrupted. All right? Was I clear enough? So this is it. We have completed a portion using HTML and CSS. All right? Hello, guys. Hello, guys. Yeah, in the next session, we won't be exactly launching our website, but we'll be like using React.js to like today we use HTML and CSS and Tailwind to create our website, but now we'll be going one more step higher, which is using React. All right, and then we'll be deploying it, basically hosting it. So hosting consists of like we'll be doing it in three portions. First is Netlify, Vercel, and then GitHub pages. So for Netlify and Vercel, you need the GitHub repository. So basically that is why it is important. All right. So we have come to an almost to an end. So now we have a quick homework for you all. Okay. Now, what the homework is going through these MDN references, all right? Going through these MDN references, watching this, playing around with your website, trying to make some changes like over here. Okay, all of them are same? No, this one's different. Okay. So over here, like, for example, try changing the background color. Try changing, the appearance, like it appears in blue. Try taking it into pink and try taking this into the Gmail icon. Try these little things, okay? Try adding your own image. Then try changing these, okay? Like you can do anything, all right? Try adding your own, icons over here. So you can all find these things in MDN. Okay, and you guys don't have to go through each and every aspect in MDN, but just go through the important elements. What is attribute? What is global attribute? Comments, I have already told how do you write. That's all. That's all. And other than that, same for CSS as well. So this is your homework. Okay, I want each one of you to sit, give time to it, bring some changes. Okay, in the next session, I should see it looks different from what we have done over here. Okay, and other than that, okay, so little intro maybe to React.js will do. We have time. So see, React.js is basically like a JavaScript library, basically used for like a better UI and UX. Again, what is UI and UX? UI is basically user interface, and UX is user experience. Now, these are the things which come when you go to like a higher level. Okay, so for this also, you don't have to like use something like very high end UI you have to code. No, you will be finding some online resources like Chakra UI. Then you will be having React Bits, Hero UI. There are so many, honestly. Okay, so these are the ones which I have used in recent times. So yeah, we'll be using these UI components. These are nothing, just you will see a portion of code appears. All right, and okay, a portion of code appears, you just have to integrate into your existing code. Okay, so now one thing I just wanted to add, one more thing, what was it? Yeah, so basically we'll also like add our images as well to our these placeholders are empty. For this session we'll be doing this portion, add your own images, so keep good pictures ready, please. All right, and for next one, you will be seeing like we have index.html. You will be seeing in the upcoming session like this won't be much useful. Okay, we will be mostly using wait, we will be mostly using yeah these things. You see .jsx. Then we have components. These are basically like different portions and UI components used. So this is basically what JSX is basically like React.js embedding, HTML and CSS. Now you might be wondering, okay, if we have to do it in React.js, why did we learn HTML, CSS? Because a portion of your code will be integrated in, embedded in HTML and CSS. Do you see this? Tailwind. Then do you see this portion again? Div coming into action again. H4. You remember the heading tag which I told? Section. Alright. These will be part of React. Okay. This is not exactly a programming language or anything. It's like really basic. You don't have to apply much brains. You just have to go through the online resources and just keep those things in mind. That's all. See, over here we have our number and all these things. See, very basic things. Then these are like some hyperlinks which will be working. Okay, let me just show you all. See, okay, for example, if we click on Instagram, you can see MTC's Instagram. You can see LinkedIn profile of MTC as well. All right, so you can see this as well, GitHub of MTC. So we will be working on these aspects in our upcoming class, session, and nothing else, I guess. So far, so good. So, did you guys understand what we did this session? I know it might be a bit complicated, but trust me, once you start making projects, we are done. Okay, so guys, how was the session? Do you guys enjoy it or was it boring? We have come to an end of this session. Please do your homework. Alright, your homework is just going through the references. Thank you, Roshni. Okay. So any doubts? We have 10 minutes time. So any doubt you have, you can ask me. Guys, do you have any doubt? Yeah, surely you will. I know. All right. So bye bye. Take care. I guess no doubts. I didn't know I'm such a good explainer. Fine. Everyone understood that means. Okay, so I guess we all can wrap up here. Thank you for joining this session. I hope you all will go through the MBN references and get to learn. Okay, meet you in next session. Till then, happy learning. Bye bye. Bye guys.